Okay, guys, 12:50. We go over here. Let's start the recording for the forum today. 1 second. Okay, everyone. Welcome everyone again to another Elliott Wave Forecast Interactive Forum. Today is a Monday, December 17, around 1:50 p.m. Guys, on the street, nothing has changed. And one more time, this is the way I am. We ask you, that you guys excuse us. We've been trying that new chat. We believe that it's going to be a good thing for us and everything. Less noise, everything. The thing is that the one that we put on the service, that things was slowed down the service a lot. And since I have done with Elliott Wave Forecast for 7 years, one way or the other, I never seen maybe the side downs, I would say 3 times, 4 times in 7 years, to be honest with you guys. I don't know, maybe 10 times in 7 years. Over the last 21 days, it's been now most likely 3 or 4 times because the program. The thing is that it's a very heavy program according to these people, and that was creating some errors within the script of the site. But well, let's move on. We're gonna continue with the Skype as until we got it something better right there, and they're working on it. So we don't have a timeline for now. Now, not everything is bad, I have to say. We're gonna offer to you guys. We are pretty close to have the signal ready for you guys. So every client that is gonna, more details gonna most likely happens tomorrow or the day after. Every client that is, I know that FSCN, Pepperstone, Forex.com, all those big powerhouse broker, if you are a member of one of those brokers or a client of one of those brokers, there are some minimum conditions that you need to meet, and then you're going to be able to get e-signals, the same chatting system that we have. You're going to be able to get it for free, right? So technically, that's going to be great for you guys because you guys will be able to incorporate our chart. We're also going to provide a service when we can load the chart in one place. And if you guys want to get the labels and everything, you guys can request something and we can send it to you. You guys got the chart. Like we work in the family with eSignal all together. That's going to help you guys a lot right there. So you see, the good thing about Elliott Wave Forecast, guys, is that we always improving. And sometimes come out to be good. Sometimes things happen like today. Sometimes come out to be good. Sometimes happens like today that there was a little block in the street right there, but it's all right. So let's go to the market. The market, is very simple. We believe, and we've been saying over the last, I don't know, since July, that the dollar is a sell. And I believe that the dollar is going to keep going sell. And I believe that the euro dollar is going to reach 140. Now, as everybody knows, the market is not in a straight line. And we believe that a cycle can be close to be ending. But we don't say sell risk. We say a cycle is ending, and then the way you guys should think about it is identifying point to keep buying risk in a higher degree level. Trading and Elliott Wave, and consequently these computers, the way they work, is they works like this. You got a cycle, which is, let's do it here, which is a big cycle. But this cycle has sub-cycles, right? And that create another cycle. So we believe at this stage that most likely, and look, this is the dollar, this is kind of, right now, the 79.30 area, 79 is going to be huge. Now, the dollar, which is this is the daily on the dollar. The dollar right here, it hasn't invalidated as it is the dollar this low yet. But this pair right here, it did it. This pair, it did it. If you guys take a look at the trend report, the dollar SWIX is the only US dollar. I'm sorry. Yeah, the only, I don't know if you guys noticed how fast the side is right now that we took away the shot compared to when it was before. If you take a look at the trend report, the dollar SWIX is bearish all around. All right? It's the only one that is bearish all around. So, with that in mind, I believe that the SWIX right here, it can be ending this cycle with another low and going to the equal legs area right here around 9109. I believe that that should be a good indicator that at least the cycle from the middle of November is ending, right? What's going to happen after? It's going to be the biggest correction in the market since November 12th. That's the first thing of what's going to happen. The biggest correction in the market is going to take place. All right? And that correction, for now, we need to think that that correction is going to take us all the way back to the 93.05 area at least, right? That's the thinking. That's what we are expecting in the dollar. That if the dollar is a sell already, yes, it is a sell. That we're expecting another extension lower, absolutely. And we're going to be expecting extension lowers until we see a denial of this cycle. All right? Because bottom line is that you know the trend is to the downside. And the dollar Swiss can do this. From here, can do this in one stage. From here, for example, can do this and make another extension. There is no guarantee. Unless you don't see 5 ways coming of a low in the dollar, in any dollar pair. In other words, unless you don't see the US dollar making 5 ways, you guys cannot absolutely buy the US dollar. Is that clear, guys? Everybody got that one? That's very simple, guys. Very simple. That's very simple. Everyone understood that. As far as the US dollar do not make 5 ways, you guys absolutely cannot buy the US dollar. Don't be hero, guys. Be smart guys, like we always say. All right? Now, we are clear with that. We know what can be and what cannot be in the US dollar. And we know that it can keep going lower, guys. It can keep going lower. You need to sell in the 1 hour time frame every time that any US dollar pair gets to the oversold or overbought in the stochastic RSI. You guys need to sell. As simple as it gets. That's as simple as it gets. I cannot put it in a simple English better than that. I cannot absolutely put it right there in a simple English better than that. As far as that is in place, you guys should keep selling the US dollar because the trend is to the downside, and the market, when it comes to the dollar, is a sell the dip market. Everybody got that one? That's very critical right there, that everybody understand it. That as far as the US dollar keep giving you 3 weeks against the trend, you guys absolutely cannot buy the dollar unless the dollar give you 5 weeks against the decline. All right? That's simple. The best structure of all, in my opinion, is the dollar swings. The dollar swings, very clear 5-way structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 5 ways from here. Very nice. I love the swings, to be honest with you. Now, if we add the swings, we add the euro, we're going to see that it's the inverse correlation. With that in mind, what we are expecting in the euro is about the same. This led, and we're expecting 5 ways coming from here. If the Swiss telling me one more, you cannot sell the euro unless you get 5 ways of a secondary top. If you get 5, then you sell the 3 back, looking for the extension lower. That's very simple, guys. Very simple. That's very simple there. Now, the euro, it has targets to the outside, which it can take it all the way to 133.50. 133.50 is huge. It's huge in the euro dollar. But if we put in the daily right here and we put the euro, I want you guys to understand this. This is the euro and the US dollar. If the dollar is gonna break here, look, the euro already did it. The dollar has been very strong. That's because cable is being very, very weak. Maybe it's creating this. Now, what's happening is that if this cycle is in place, the euro at least needs to go to the 618 of the first leg, which is 133.50 in the case of the dollar, in the case of the euro dollar. So don't know if the next extension higher in the euro in the 4-5 is going to create this tension. But again, it's the same concept. The euro is nothing more than a buy in the dip pair, and there is no reasons to be a seller unless you see 5 weeks down from the highs. Please do not buy the euro because you're selling you're buying against the trend. All right, and that it is very it's not recommended to buy against or sell against the trend, guys. These things we can say that maybe looking at it right here at the Swigs, we can say that 9109 can end a three-way move from 1112. Agree with that. But guess what, guys? That's nothing more than an illusion. The reality of the matter is that the trend is to the downside, and the reality is that any 3 ways back should be sell in every US dollar in the pair. So in that degree, the smartest way and most practical way to trading is that you sell any 3 ways back with the trend. That way you will never gonna be wrong. In that way you will never gonna be wrong. All right. So my best advice, you keep buying the trend until the trend deny you the move. So that's very clear that we are anticipating looking at the Swigs that we can be very close to ending the cycle for November 12th. Absolutely. That if we can put the dollar right here, we can notice that is the same chart. Absolutely. But that doesn't mean, doesn't mean, that doesn't mean that you gotta buy it. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You gotta be, now is the time that when you buy the euro now, guys, you need to buy it with a light position. You cannot be so aggressive. Why? Because you can be getting caught in the short squeeze. But that doesn't mean that you cannot trade it. Now, it's better to buy the euro, for example, in a light position than being a seller. That's the bottom line here. Now, we know what we are expecting in the dollar now. We are expecting most likely the cycle from the middle of November ending. Now, let's move on to another group right here. Then we go to the indices. I want you guys to understand one thing. If you look at the indices, it's the same market. Every single index from November 16 is in a bullish with the trend cycle. Now, DAX is a monster. The UK has become a secondary monster. Both of them very strong. Now, we have seen within the indices that most likely the down and the UK right here, which is the red one, can have ended the cycle. At least there was a switch within the 15-minute trend. Now, both the S&P and the down has bounced from the extension higher. So still you cannot sell it unless you see 5 ways coming off the high. And listen, guys, this is very, very, very simple. You cannot sell risk until risk, I mean, with until you don't get 5-wave move into against the risk trade, you guys cannot sell it. You gotta keep buying. I want to show you guys the S&P 500 here. Look, this is the S&P 500 here, right? Look what he did. What do you think it bounced from here? Is the extension higher? We can have the round Elliott Wave count. I don't deny that. I mean, we cannot deny that. We cannot deny we can be wrong in the Elliott Wave count. That's part of trading. That's part of trading. But also, we can tell you guys that you have not seen within the trend report that we change any of the risk pairs in 1 hour. Everyone is bullish risk. You cannot sell it because the oscillation on the 15-minute can go here and there and trick you out. S&P is still bullish in 1 hour. So please be smart. Unless you see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the risk axis, you cannot sell risk. That's very clear, guys, right there. That's very clear. Anybody got one? Please, any comments, any question? Anybody understand why we say that? Don't sell risk. Even though we say that a cycle is ending, better wait for better wait for waiting for 5 ways move. Better wait for 5-way move. Now, let's go to another group. This is the yen pairs. Same scenario. This is the Aussie yen and the Aussie dollar. From October 8, a perfect 7-swing cycle on the making. Now, that you need to sell risk? Absolutely no. That risk is a sell? Absolutely no. That we end the cycle? I guarantee you, most likely we are. What you need to wait, if these 2 pairs are gonna finish in here, maybe what we're gonna get is a 3 ways back. Big 3 ways back before continues to go higher. All right? Everybody got that one. The same with the dollar yen. Look, dollar yen, very bullish. You guys understand our view of the dollar yen. We are very bullish this pair, but the same scenario in every yen pair. Look, from here, what do you have? From here, what do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't count it as an impulse due to the fact that right here, I don't see enough extension to say that this is a wave 3 there. I mean, let's see what happens today. He stopped at the 1.618, and today is the moment of truth around these areas. Why? Because this one right here neither put back the 50 back to 81. So maybe we are finishing wave 3, and then the dollar yen is going to do this and this and continue to go higher. That's another tendency there. But one thing that doesn't have a tendency is that the trend is as bullish as you can, and it is to the upside. Everybody understood that? Now, if you put the Aussie yen in top of the dollar yen, the Aussie yen can be telling you that the Aussie yen can be telling you there that it can be a double zigzag, but there is no guarantee. So please, we can do a video saying that a cycle is ending. It can be published. It can go to FSCN. Guess what, guys? There is no guarantee that that's going to take place. There is no guarantee that that's going to take place. The trend is still out. It's a buy the dip market until we call this cycle over. All right? So you guys follow the charge. We always going to be pushing the trend. We're always going to be pushing the trend, and the trend is still in favor of the risk on trade. No reason why to be a seller of risk in this market. No reason why. And listen, you can be off here and there, but I tell you something, guys. As far as your trend is good and your technique of trading is good, you guys should be okay. We're going to do a seminar on Friday at 11 a.m. when we're going to teach you one more time how to trade using the trend report and the trading signal. We're going to try to get everyone attention and bring everyone to that seminar. Of course, we're going to record it, and we're going to send it with the welcome email to new members, because we want you guys to be profitable traders. We want you guys to be able to make a ton of money. And we got a very good system with a good trend report, and all you guys need to do is adjust to trading technique, in my opinion. So the market, like I say, is already 11:20. It's very clear. Trade the trend. The trend still is in favor of risk. And until you don't see 5 waves coming out of the highs in any risk instruments, if it give you 3 waves back, I don't recommend to selling against the 1-hour trend. Let's say that now one of the nicest structure, for example, the Aussie dollar. Look, I'm going to show you guys the Aussie dollar. Very nice. You guys know that I'm calling it the Mona Lisa of the very nice Elliott Wave structure here. Look, the Aussie is in the cycle from 10-8 right here. And then this is another cycle. Aussie right here should go at least, most likely, to this area, which is the 106.20 area. Now, this Aussie here, if when create a top doesn't make, let's say that it goes here, if it doesn't make 5 clear-cut wave, guess what, guys? Don't even try selling it, in my opinion. Because it can catch you. Because Elliott Wave, and we keep repeating and repeating and repeating, is suggested This report, like I say, this report that you guys get here is a computer. This report, I mean, do not lie many often. It's not suggested. For me, the target is still in the RCN exactly 89.74. Now, doesn't need to reach it. I want you guys to understand, doesn't need to reach the target, but you cannot go against the trend coloring, and I know that you understand it pretty well, unless you see 5-wave move. Yeah, the trend report is a computer program. Now, what we haven't been able to make yet is that the computer update automatically, the size. But it's based in a computer. It's the computer program is completed, yes. But the thing is that it hasn't, and then we do it manually. You know what I mean? We have to run it. So technically, everything is still bullish. That's the bottom line. Everything is still bullish. And until say otherwise, it can keep going extended. And then, guys, think about this. We can be saying, for example, that the dollar yen, Louis been around forever also with Elliott Wave like me. And he knows what I mean here. Dollar yen, we can be calling that is doing a double zigzag from the lows. That is doing 7 swing from the lows. Guess what? If the dollar yen keeps extending higher, we're going to change the count of the 7 swing, and we're going to put you guys at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the next of the lows count. Don't you, Louis, don't you agree it's like that? And Louis, you know better, it's like that. It's like that, guys. That's the message. Now, what it doesn't change is the idea that is the buy and it is not a sell. And the only one that you can get and sell against the 5 ways, against the 1 hour trend, is if you see 5 ways in 1 hour. Otherwise, listen, don't even try to trade against that report, because it's going to catch you. It's going to get you, to be honest with you, man. That's how comfortable we are with that report. All right? Okay, guys, so if there is no more questions, I got to run. I got the Spanish one. We're going to process the recording as soon as we can and see how we go from there. Remember, Friday at 11 a.m., we're going to do a 1 hour seminar about how to trade the trend. All right? So I hope you guys going to love it. Thank you, guys.